This is embarrassing. So we had to do the emergency live stream at halftime for this Vikings-Colts game because this is embarrassing. Like, this is straight up getting out of hand, and this roster is extremely talented. But the way, if this is how they're going to show up for these first two games, it's unbearable, it's unwatchable, and frankly, it's unpatriotic. The way that the Vikings are playing. Like, are you honestly kidding me with what is going on right now? The offense is looking unremarkable. And yes, the refs are sort of giving the Vikings a business. I fully understand that. But let's talk about this defense, right? So last week against the Packers, you get absolutely embarrassed on your own turf. Like, you give up the most points in Zimmer Hellfire defense history. You give up the second most yards in Zimmer era history. And now you just show up by giving the corpse of Philip Rivers all of this latitude. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is jamming it down your throat. And even with a turnover, you still give up all of this real estate. And yeah, partly it is on the offense where the time of possession. Remember, week one, you had the least time of possession since they started counting it as an official stat back in the freaking 70s, right? And then also, it's 11 minutes, 57 seconds to the Colts 17-35 this time around. Right, you've given up 199 total yards on offense, and you're giving up 7.3 yards per pass, and you're giving up like how much? 4.2 yards per rush. That seemed like that would be worse. But they're just marching it down the field. They're moving the sticks on third down, and this is just an absolute abject disaster. And this is all in the feet of Mike Zimmer. This is on Mike Zimmer. Like, I don't understand. So, I do like Mike Zimmer. I like his gruff attitude. I think it was a great change, shaking things up from Leslie Frazier. Go back and look at the tape. But at a certain point, the message gets stale. And I know that Zimmer signed a multi-year, high dollar. We're talking about top 5 paid coaches in the league extension this offseason. It basically makes him unfireable. But the way that this season has started and this continues, I think the Wilfs might just eat the money. Because this is just an abject lack of leadership. This is not taking ownership. This is not fixing the problem. Like, again, coming off that week 1 performance, and your defense shows up with this. The defense, the pride and joy. And for years, yes, it's been like, oh, well, the offense is blah, 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 bad, and we'll outsource it. Oh, it's Norv. Oh, it's Shermer. Oh, it's JDF. Oh, it's Kubiak. Oh, the offense is bad. I get it, and the offensive line will always stink, but we got my defense. We got my defense here. Oh, all the draft capital. Oh, defensive player here. Oh, defensive player here. Oh, you like to draft a guard in the middle round? No, another defensive end here. Oh, another cornerback in the first round. Okay. It is just absolutely frustrating. I understand that this team is still working through a lot of things, but guess what? So is every single other team in the league. Every single other team in the league had no OTAs and no preseason, and they're not using that as an excuse, so I don't want to hear it. So this team, we're sold on continuity. Basically, the offense is the same as last year. Cool. Oh, Zimmer. Oh, don't worry. They don't need to resign any veterans. They can let Everson Griffin go. Zimmer will just snap, and they'll get a pass rush like no one's business. I understand that Danielle Hunter is not there, but the massive trade for Yannick Ngakoue, just the Zimmer and Andre Patterson. We could just create a pass rush out of whole cloth, out of nowhere, right? Where is that? Zimmer, how about your precious cornerbacks? That is a position group that you always advocate. Investing, high draft picks, and you can just coach them up, right? And getting rid of Xavier Rhodes, that was perfectly fine. We understand that one. But Trey Wayne's fine. We're not going to pay him $14 million a year. Mac Alexander, would have liked to have Mac back, except the way that they handled his injury week 17, that's the reason he wasn't coming back. Fully understand. So you sold us this bill of goods that you can just coach up these cornerbacks. You can just create a pass rush out of nowhere. And, it's always the defense, it's always the defense, it's always the defense. And then this 6 quarters of whatever hell this football is. And also, Gary Kubiak, you're not off the hook either. Vikings marching right now. BC Johnson, timeout. Gary Kubiak, like you were the one talking about, we got this really good offense and we got some play action, do all that stuff. Your team has gotten back-to-back safeties because you decided to run play action inside the 5. Like, that's your big thing, right? And also, so Dakota Dozier is by far the worst guard. Drew Samia is actually holding up pretty good today. So Dakota Dozier has been absolutely fooled on 2 delayed stunts. One of them was the late hit on, was it number 98? I forget his name. And the second one was on the safety. All right, so you would think something as simple as communicating and picking up a delayed stunt. Again, the safety was on a 4-man rush as well, which is pissing me off even more. Cousins, Hail Mary. Oh! Nope, picked. That doesn't really count as a pick, but also, how does he not get to the end zone? I mean, you got a cannon, Kirk. So 15-3 at halftime. Just absolutely wonderful. At least we'll have garbage time stats. At least Kurt will get to pad his fantasy stats in the second half. It'll just be absolutely great. But I don't know. Like, if this is how the season's going to go, I understand that it's still early in the season. It's only 2 games in. My God. And I'm the optimist, man. So, yeah, I sort of feel for the dour Vikings fans who are always like Eeyore, just like waiting to be smacked or looking for the banana peel to slip on. But, yeah, this is not great. This is less than ideal. We'll see if they turn around because, hey, at least Zimmer and Kubiak are masters of halftime adjustments. So, just great. Yeah. Keep hope alive. Gah.